Right. 4 August 2025. And today I'm excited to be giving you the evening update. And today I've had one of the longest days ever in my life. So I normally wake very early at night in the morning. So around 2, I'm up already doing my work. And then I take a break in the mornings. But today I never took a break. I went straight to the court case, which was taking place in Pretoria. So this was a massive court case. And the people we are seeing here are the Lungu family arriving. So this was the first group of the Lungu family arriving in court. And the lawyers of the Lungu family are the ones you're seeing sitting here. And the man in the brown jacket was Vincent Kafula over there. So that was the scene in the court when I arrived first thing in the morning. And this is significant because we're witnessing one of the most political events in Zambia. So what we're witnessing is one of the most important political events in Zambia. There is no event as important as what you're witnessing right now in Zambia because it's going to be critical what happens tomorrow. So what happens tomorrow is going to be one of the most to see something that you've never seen in our region tomorrow. So that judgment is going to be so big and life-changing, not only for Zambians, but for all the presidents of SADC. Because what has happened is that negotiations have failed. So all negotiations have failed, leading us to where we are right now, where the Zambian government has had to take Esther Lungu to court together with her 7 children. So the people who are behind what Esther Lungu is doing is people from PF. So PF is using this as a political event. PF as a party, they have declined very badly and they are not able to command any attention in Zambia. That is why they've resorted to using the death of Lungu as a political stunt. So you can clearly see that they're using the death of Lungu as a political stunt because the court case itself was not necessary. The government of Zambia has made multiple concessions regarding this issue. So it was mostly a political stunt by the PF party, and they are spending a lot of money on this. So a lot of PF money is being spent on people flying, living in hotels, and some people sleeping outside. So it's crazy. These guys are going through a lot for this political stunt. And I was in here myself in the morning, as I told you. On arrival, I was one of the first people to arrive here. And you can see the SABC journalists over there at the end, just the 2 setting up, and I was on the other side setting up. And PF is a very strange party. They are very, what can I say? They are very security conscious. If they were in power, they would probably lock me up. Like, that is the kind of people that PF is. If they were in power, they would lock me up because as soon as I arrived, they went and looked for security and said, that guy, we don't want him here. They don't know what they can do and cannot do. Like, they don't really know the powers of or how to live in a democratic country. So in a democratic country, if there's a court case, journalists apply to be in court. And you can't chase them just because you don't like someone. And you can't say, I don't like that journalist, they must get out. So I had to explain to the PF guys that if there's a ruling in South Africa at court, and it says journalists must be in court, you can't then say, we don't like that journalist because he supports Hakainde Hichilema, he must get out of this court. Imagine what will happen in Zambia if these guys win the elections. Everyone will get arrested again, especially by the guy with the scarf. There's a guy with a scarf who's very short. That guy, he's very crazy. Like, I don't know, I've never seen such behavior by somebody. It's crazy. But anyway, let's go back to the actual story. So tomorrow is Tuesday, and the judge is committed to give a ruling urgently. So that means by Tuesday, latest Wednesday, going into Friday, we're going to have a ruling. If the ruling says President Lungu should be buried in Zambia, it's going to be significant because the whole group, including the family of Lungu, have to go home and they'll have to bury their president at home. What are the likely scenarios that are likely to come from this ruling? So let me give you the scenarios that are likely to come from this ruling. So the first scenario is where the ruling says Lungu must be taken home. That is quite likely. If that happens, as I said, everyone will have to go home and the burial will take place. So what is important is not them going home. What is important is what President Hakainde Hichilema would do. So President Hakainde Hichilema, through the lawyers, has already considered that he doesn't have to talk. So he's not going to talk at the funeral of Lungu. He's not going to address, he's not going to receive the body. So this has all been considered by the lawyer inside the court. They've considered that President Hakainde Hichilema only has to accept or receive the dignitaries when they come. And then there is a man of God called Banda. He's going to have to preside over the case, over the funeral itself. So the Lungu family have received everything that they want. There is nothing that they've not received. And it will be a good outcome for them. However, they will have to find a jet. So they will have to find a jet or to charter an aeroplane because they are refusing the aeroplane from the government. So I don't know why they're refusing the aeroplane from the government, but they're refusing. They're saying they don't want that aeroplane. They want their own private charter. So we're going to see again a situation where a private charter has to be found, and the Lungu family, as they wish, take the body as if it's a private citizen into Zambia. So I believe that's more like a demonstration. They're protesting, not really that it makes a difference, because it's costing them a lot of money. You can see that this is very expensive. What they're doing is very, very expensive. And as the time goes, it costs more and more. If there's a situation where the burial is ordered to be done in South Africa, then it's very simple. What will happen is that the Lungu family will then proceed with the burial. The Zambian government has tried everything. The current president, President Hakainde Hichilema, has done everything that a person can do to try to honor the late Edgar Lungu. So he has done everything. There's nothing the government of Zambia can do at this point. If the judge rules that he must be buried in South Africa, then it will be up to the Lungu family to bury their father. I think everyone in Zambia is fed up already. They want this thing to end. So you will see that if that happens, they will probably do a private ceremony, and that will be the end of it. That will be the end of the drama. However, whatever happens, this is the end of it. By Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be talking a different story, and we won't be talking about what is going to happen. We'll be talking about what has happened. So by Sunday, we have an answer. This issue will be totally closed. The issue of the burial of Lungu will be done. By Sunday, it will be forgotten. You have forgotten about this whole thing. You won't have to even talk about it. So at the moment, Zambians will be having one hell of a night, waiting to see what happens tomorrow. I've been to the judge's office. These guys are very organized. So how South African courts work, it's not like other countries. South African offices and judges' offices are very open to the public. So I literally walked to the judge's office many, many times. I've been there more than 5 times. In that judge's office, there is an assistant. There is someone who is in charge of managing affairs there, like a chief of staff. The office is very, very organized. And the judges in South Africa have got an interesting setup. It's almost like an executive setup. Like if you go to a CEO's office, that is what you will see in a judge's office. You go there, there's a security in front of every floor. So you sign in and you go, you can talk to someone. Your case is in the system, everything is automated. Right now, if the judgment has been delivered, you can even log in now and get the judgment inside the file. So the South African justice system is digitalizing a lot, and they are very responsive. So you're going to see a good judgment coming out, and it will be acceptable to everyone. There's no funny games like in other countries where you can say, or there was a funny game here. The three judges who are there are the judge president, the acting judge presidents. So you've got the most senior judges ever allocated to this case. South Africa has done everything on their side to make sure that there's integrity in this court case and there's no complaint. So I like what they've done, and I've been with the process, even when it's not in public like this. I've been following the process. I've been in the judge's offices many, many times, and also checking with the court officials. So all this information is widely available. The court case has been handled very well by the South Africans. They've done everything possible to make sure that the case of President Edgar Lungu, the late President Edgar Lungu, is handled with care. Then other people who came, including the chiefs. So some chiefs came from Zambia and were in court. I think I counted 3 traditional chiefs of Zambia inside the court. So there were actually 3 traditional chiefs of Zambia inside of court. Security was very high. You had the highest security ever at court today. So everyone in Zambia is taking this case seriously, and we'll see what happens. I know that there was a request to inspect the body. So I don't know what is going to happen, because that case of inspecting the body, I don't hear it today. So I don't think there's need for that, because if there's going to be burial, we're going to see what happens. Obviously, people like me are going to be there. They'll probably throw us out, but we'll try to be there so that you see if there's who is in there. I think there are questions. Some people have questions to see who is in the casket. I don't have that question, because I went to the hospital and I talked to people inside the hospital about this whole case. It is true that Lungu died in that hospital, so there's no question about it. Don't listen to stories about Lungu didn't die, or no, it's true. I talked to the people in the hospital, the officials, and they were saying to me, there is a need to preserve his dignity and privacy. So you can't just get information. But there's no need. Tomorrow you're going to get a good judgment. I expect a very good judgment in this case. And Zambians are in for one hell of a weekend. So Zambians are going to have one hell of a weekend this weekend. Now, I think I've covered that. Let me look at the comments. I think we are fed up with everything. We don't even need him here in Zambia. Plan B at work. Okay. Gambakwe, we are kuno ndimbo kutengera beer. Unobata basa, thank you very much. Mkoma, Zim should claim his Tendai Miaraz. That's not true. Lungu, let me tell you about Lungu's diplomatic passport. Lungu, like other presidents, they have got an escape plan. So every president has got an escape plan. That is why you see what is the violence in a country. A president can easily leave, because there's a plan for how a president can live. So I believe that Lungu had an escape plan, but I don't believe that the escape plan included using a fake name, like on his daily passport. I don't think he was doing that for that purpose. So I don't think he went to South Africa and say, I want to be called this guy. So my understanding is that Lungu has got big connections to Zimbabwe, and also his friendship with Mnangagwa. They are big friends. So if he has got a diplomatic passport, and I speak under correction here because I don't want to say things that I don't know. If he has the diplomatic passport, it doesn't have to be under the name of another person. So you could also get another passport under the name of someone from Zimbabwe, but I don't think the diplomatic passport necessarily has to be under the name of, let's say, another person. A diplomatic passport is not difficult to get. It's very easy. So all the senators, MPs in Zimbabwe, they are walking around with diplomatic passports when they come over here to South Africa. So it's not difficult to get a passport, a diplomatic passport, like many people think. It's very easy. You can easily get it. But I think let's wait for tomorrow's judgment. It's very important to see what is going to happen. There's going to be a big ruling tomorrow, and all of us are going to be very, very happy. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have so much drama. And this ruling is going to be at court very early in the morning, if possible. So it's not like they are holding it back and say, won't give the ruling. They are wanting to release the ruling. So you're going to get it very soon, very quickly in the morning, and it will be in the files. So it will be electronically delivered. And as soon as it's delivered, I will know. And you guys will also know about the ruling. So tomorrow, that is all we do. We await the ruling. And as soon as it is out, we'll inform you that the ruling is out. So I'm so happy. And what I think I must do now, I must bring this to an end. It has been a big day. And tomorrow morning, I'll be back here to give you guys updates. I would like to thank all of you for watching. And I will share a lot with you tomorrow. And a lot has happened. So we'll share with each other in the morning. So for my fellow Zambians, thank you very much. Let's see what the other comment says. We don't want that body to disturb our work. Yes, and it's not escaping plans that was fraud. Don't sanitize. No, I'm not sanitizing it. Every president has got an escape plan. Everyone. If you don't have it, make it. Make a plan now. Otherwise, you won't be able to run. When the time comes, how do you think Lungu bought a house in South Africa? Why do you think he didn't buy a house in Zimbabwe? So people know where to buy houses. They won't buy a house in Zimbabwe. Even if they're friends with Mnangagwa, they know that Zimbabwe is a dump. So they are not going to leave their kids in a place where you can't drink clean water. So Lungu knew. So that's why he came to South Africa. Things work here. That's why he came here to die in South Africa. It's better than going to Zimbabwe, even where even your friends are. So you rather go to South Africa, a better country in terms of services and things work, and you don't have to look over your shoulder. What is Mnangagwa going to say today? You see, that's why he came here. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate all the support you gave us today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. And a good